Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all, and this is a sports related video. I just want to chat with y'all because, I told y'all my story a bunch of times, my sports story, like of how before I wanted to be a YouTuber and before I wanted to do music, I wanted to be a football player. I played football for 6 years, but I just want to let y'all know something because I know I've done a bunch of videos about how evil the music industry is, but also too when it comes down to sports, the sports industry is evil too. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. Watching the American Sports story series that they did on Aaron Hernandez, you know what I mean? When it comes down to the sports industry, when it comes down to players getting injured and stuff, when it comes down to a player dealing with an injury, like sometimes it's like if the player doesn't do anything to heal up and recover, sometimes it's like their career can be on the line to the point where the team may end up releasing them when they have an injury. Just like the situation with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, with him when he took his gear off, when he took his helmet off, his shoulder pads, and he left the field, and while he was leaving the sideline, he hyped the crowd. He hyped the crowd up, and like he was explaining in an interview, he had an injury. There was something wrong with his ankle, and he told the coach that he couldn't go back in the game. You know what I mean? See, like the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, along with it being scripted, you know what I mean? The sports industry is evil too. The NFL has evil stuff that be going down, and the NBA be having evil stuff that be going down because just like the issue with the brain disease, CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, Dr. Bennett Omalu, he went to war with the NFL. If you ever seen the movie Concussion, he went to war with the NFL. He wanted to solve the problem because there was football players that were getting CTE after another. Mike Webster, Junior Seau, Andre Waters, Terry Long. You just had players that were getting diagnosed with CTE after another. And same thing with Aaron Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez had CTE too. You know what I mean? You just had players that kept getting diagnosed with CTE after another. And also Justin Strelzik. Yeah, Justin Strelzik was another player that got diagnosed with CTE. You know what I mean? And you see Dr. Bennett Omalu, he was one of those pathologists that had went to war with the NFL because he wanted to solve the problem. He wanted to solve the issue because he knew that something needed to be fixed. And don't get me wrong, football is a contact sport. Football is a violent sport. Football, and I said this before too. Football is one of the most popular sports in America. It's one of the most watched sports in America, but at the same time, it's also one of the most dangerous sports to play in America. You know what I mean? Because I saw something that a college football player at Alabama A&M, he played college football at Alabama A&M, and they said something that he passed away from a brain injury. I forgot the player's name, but it's another sad situation in the sports world. See, the sports industry is evil too. And just like in the NBA, NBA players, they be getting injured just like NFL players. You know what I mean? NBA players, they be having to play through injuries too, because if not, they can lose their career. Sometimes it's like the coach may tell the player that you need to go from injured to hurt immediately or around this time frame, because if not, you're not going to have a career. Because Kobe Bryant, RIP Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, he played in some basketball games with a broken finger. You know what I mean? He had to do what he had to do to help his team win, and he had to do what he had to do to yeah, to like make sure that his team like goes to the championship, and also to keep his job and to keep his career. Like, yeah, Kobe Bryant, he was like one of the best to ever do it. Kobe Bryant, he was one of the greatest. But the sports industry, when it comes down to players, like like the coach tells them that they have to go from being injured to being hurt. And also when it comes down to players not being able to like really be themselves, like it really just shows that there's evilness in the sports industry. The sports industry is evil, just like the music industry. And yeah, I mean, and just like with Colin Kaepernick taking a stand for what he believed in, refusing to stand for the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Colin Kaepernick had integrity. Colin Kaepernick, Antonio Brown, Kyrie Irving, all three of them have integrity. They took a stand for what they believed in. They stood up for what they believed in. Integrity. You know what I mean? But you see, that's the thing. Like these sport leagues, and that's another thing about it too. There can be other leagues. For example, like with basketball, you have the NBA, and then you have the NBA G League, but you also have the Big Three, which is the league that Ice Cube is the owner of. And the Big Three can be in competition with the NBA. Yeah, the big three can be the NBA's big competition. And you see, the big three basketball, they have their season during the summertime. And just like with the UFO, which the UFO is a professional spring football league. I mean, could they be in competition with the NFL? I mean, they probably could. They probably could. I mean, but you know, I mean, you these other big sport leagues, they can use like some competition. But yeah, the sports industry is evil, just like the music industry is evil. There's evilness that goes down in the sports industry too. You know what I mean? As long as a player is doing what they got to do to keep the team winning, sometimes it's kind of like nothing else really matters. When a player gets injured, it's like they want the player to go from being injured to go to being hurt. Like, that's how it is when it comes down to the sports industry. Because if not, that's one of the ways you can lose your career. Because, I mean, Willie Parker, he used to play running back for the Steelers. Willie Parker had a lot of injuries, and with him having all them injuries, the Steelers didn't want him no more. Like his career in the NFL. But after the Steelers, he played 1 year for the Redskins. But yeah. I just wanted to share this video with y'all, chat with y'all, just to like let y'all know, because watching the American Sports Story and the movie Concussion, and you know the stuff that they talk about on ESPN, it really shows you that there's evilness in the sports industry too. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share, like the video. And again, 2 new songs I just dropped. I Don't Listen to You Anymore. It's a diss track aimed at Tom MacDonald. And also my song Black Friday Freestyle. Black Friday Freestyle is on my SoundCloud and on my Instagram. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at The Green Family Acres. And y'all can also follow me on SoundCloud at Wally G. But the diss track aimed at Tom MacDonald, I Don't Listen to You Anymore, that's on my YouTube channel and on my SoundCloud. Love y'all.